Hello and welcome to the Dungeon of Bad Decisions. This is the 19th installment of Anna Attempts to Explain Things. I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm Dalia.
And this week's topic is 5e for Noobs, Part 2, Dice, Checks, and Proficiency Bonuses. Okay, so what we're going to cover this week is, first I'm going to tell Dalia what each die is. So most important die. This little red thing right here, this is your d20. It's got 20 sides. It's an icosahedron in math terms. Whatever, that's not important. It's called a d20 because D stands for die, so everything is, d20, d4 because it's got 4 sides, d8 because it's got 8 sides, and so on. So a regular die is called a d6. D20, as I may have mentioned last time, is your king, queen, god, pretty much your supreme overlord with the exception, second only to your DM. You roll this for all of your checks, for all of your, when I was telling you for your saves last week, for that too. Are we out of focus again? Fucking hell. I give up. If we're out of focus, I'm sorry. If we're not out of focus, hooray. Camera's being an asshole. What do you want from me? Anyways, so, and for whatever reason, I can't seem to tell, because my eyes aren't working today. I think I told you last week about crit fails and crit successes.
Maybe.
So you roll a natural 20. A natural 20 is when you roll it and you hit 20. No bonuses, no nothing. It's straight up a 20. That means you succeeded in a phantasmal way. Phantasmal? Fantastic. I know how words work. I'm a writer. You do extra damage if you're hitting with an attack. You succeed your check with a flare, whatever. A natural 1 means you failed. And badly. Super badly. You may hurt yourself, you may hurt a party member depending on the DM. You may just completely fuck up and offend whoever you're trying to talk to. Stuff like that. Everything else is alongside that. The rest of these are usually used for damage and hit points. So certain weapons spell do certain kinds of damage. So a magic missile, the classic spell, it's an auto hit and it's available at first level, so pretty much everybody takes it. It does a d4 per missile. A d8, well, in Pathfinder, in 3rd edition and 3.5, this was used for healing spells, but now they're like something else. Now they've redone healing spells. D6 is usually also done for damage, like if you're a rogue, or like a lot of weapons will either do a d6 or a d8 amount of damage. Smaller weapons will do a d4. Big weapons like broadswords are, I think, and like great axes do a d12. A d10, not really all that common for damage, I think. And a percentile die is rolled in conjunction with a d10 for chances, or if your DM is rolling, sometimes DMs have you roll for an encounter, like a random encounter. They'll roll that on a table, so it's like, 1 through 100. So, how you read a percentile die is that this is your ones place, and this is your tens place. The percentile is your 10, the d10 is your 1. If that makes any sense. That I just phrased that in the most confusing fashion, didn't I? Alright, so the single digit die, that's your ones place. That one goes on the far right. Your 2-digit die, that's your tens place. It goes on the far left. So I roll a 50 over here and a 1 over here. What's that?
I don't know.
You replace the 0 with whatever's over here. How's that?
Oh, fine. 51.
There you go. So this number is a 40 and a 7.
47.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
So that's just add them together.
Basically, yeah. If you roll 3 zeros, which is what this looks like. I don't know why that's 10. Or if you roll 0, 0, 0 something, then that's a 0, 8. That's an 8. You roll an 8.
Okay.
But if you roll 3 zeros, even though this is supposed to be the 10 on the d10, I don't know why it's a 0. It's just a thing. For whatever reason, 3 zeros is 100.
Awesome.
Yeah, not always. Sometimes it can be very bad. That's how when my Saturday night group back when I was still able to go there, we almost got wiped out twice because on 2 separate occasions we rolled 100 for a random encounter. So that was fun. So that's your dice. What I was gonna do? Spells, healing. Okay. Ability checks. Ability checks are this thing right here. This bit. So, you'll notice that next to, so acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, athletics, so on. You'll notice, but next to them is those abbreviations I was telling you about last time. Dex. So that means
Dexterity.
yeah, so you add your dex bonus. So I don't remember what our dex bonus was last time, but it was, let's say it was 12. So your dex bonus is +1. So then that means that you roll acrobatics. And if you're not proficient in acrobatics, you roll a d20, you add 1. So you got a 10. However, if you are proficient, that's where your proficiency bonuses come in. That's over here. A proficiency bonus you get with each level. Let me grab a book. Or, yeah. It always scales up the same way with every class. So you see here. So level 1 through 4, you have a +2 proficiency bonus. Level 5 through 8, you have a +3. 9 through 12, +4, and 13 through 16 is +5, and 17 through 20 is +6. So you add that to, so say, you know, you've got a +2 proficiency, because you're level 1 through 4. You also add it, so if you click in this little radio button or whatever, so depending on what class you take, if you're a bard, a sorcerer, a wizard, a fighter, you'll get different, that class will come with proficiency in different things. So, if you're a rogue, you get proficiency in, I think, dexterity and something else. What is it?
That's cool.
Yeah. You automatically get these proficiencies. Let me find the rogue. It's page 90. I have that memorized because I've been playing rogues a lot lately. Here we are, page 90. So you get proficiency, and this is a ranger. What?
Guess it's not page 90.
No, it's not. I'm apparently bad at life. It's not page 90. That's a sorcerer. Where the hell? Here we are, page 95. I'm bad at life. Okay. So you get your proficiencies right here. You see it right here. In armor, in light armor, simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, short swords, thieves' tools. So you get your proficiency bonus to using thieves' tools, which is used to unlock locks and stuff. Dexterity and intelligence. So you get a +2 to dex and intelligence on top of your bonus from your basic stat from dexterity and intelligence. So when you go down to saves, anything, if you're proficient in dexterity and if you're proficient in, so you can choose 4 from acrobatics, athletics, deception, and insight. Okay, so say you want to go for more physical rogue. So you go with acrobatics, athletics, sleight of hand, and stealth, and those are your 4 proficiencies. So, sleight of hand and stealth. So sleight of hand is basically your ability to pick pockets, and stealth is your ability to sneak. Acrobatics,
so pick the pockets and then get away with it.
Acrobatics and athletics can be used in interchangeably. Athletics is strength based. Acrobatics is dex based. So usually you don't really you go for one or the other. They're used for getting out of if somebody's got you grappled, like they're wrestling with you. That's what they're used for, to get out of. Or acrobatics is used to climb difficult walls, or make sure you don't fall off the rope or whatever. And athletics is more for shoving people over and stuff. So you get your +2 proficiency bonus to all 4 of these. So you get, with acrobatics, you get a, +3 to your check. So you roll a d20. I rolled a 7 because this die is not behaving today. And also I'm rolling on a keyboard, so sorry for the rattling noises. So you get a 7 + 3, that's 10. So you did a 10 for whatever check. So say you were trying to backflip out of a room or something, or trying to do something fun. Or say you were trying to pick somebody's pocket. You got a 10. So you got a 13 to pick somebody's pocket. The DC, which is the, what we call the number you want to make, the number you want to hit or pass to make a check. So I don't remember what DC stands for. I can never remember what DC stands for. But basically, say you are trying to pick somebody's pocket, and their passive perception, which is down here, right here, they add their perception bonus to that. So that's their wisdom modifier, and if they're proficient in it, their proficiency modifier, their proficiency bonus. And then that's that plus 10. So say somebody's got a 15 and plus 5 to perception. They've got a 15 passive perception, which is perception is when you're actively looking for something. Like if you're looking for traps, or if you're checking to see if somebody's hiding in the room. Passive perception is sort of when you're not actively looking. It's when you're passive. So if you're just hanging out and somebody tries to pick your pocket, for instance. So say somebody's got a passive perception of 15, and you gotta make that. That's the number you gotta hit or exceed in order to pick their pocket. So we roll
An 11.
11 plus 3 is 14. You didn't make it, they catch you.
That sucks.
It does suck, but that's how that works. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
All right. A lot easier, a lot more.
When you do things, I understand.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I think that's everything. Any questions?
Not really.
All right, well, everybody seems to like you, judging by the comments we got from last time, so we'll see more of Dalia. Next week, we're going to cover, well, not next week, but next time this happens, I don't know exactly when this is going to happen again. Next time, we're doing playable races. So, the different species you can be. I don't have the Volos guide, unfortunately, which is an expansion book.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a digital version of it, but I don't have the print version of it because these books are expensive.
How'd you learn how to play D&D?
Experience. I started in 2012. Well, no, technically I started with, John, Daddy's friend, when I was like 7 or whatever, because John was desperate. But first edition is a very different game than 5th or even Pathfinder, which are the ones I'm most experienced with. So...
You were 7. How old was I?
I don't think you could talk. You're 5 years younger than me? You were 2. You could probably talk.
Okay. Bye, guys.
So if you enjoyed this video, check out my Tumblr where I post quotes, anecdotes, photos, and occasionally recordings of the tabletop games I play in at thedungeonofbaddecisions.tumblr.com. There's a link in the description. Also, if you've got any topics you'd like me to cover, let me know them in the comments or via one of the many messaging systems on Tumblr. If you really enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Roll 20s, y'all!